Okay. You'll have to hit play. You've obviously not got it set. You just need to hit play if you wanted to watch it. But
we won't watch it. I'll just leave it.
You don't want to watch it. Yeah, you know. You just want to present now. You're on the air.
All right, I'm on the air. Okay, welcome to Local SEO Hero. What we're going to go through today is what Google My Business is, why you need it, how to optimise it, and how to set up a free website, just in case you don't happen to have one. And if you do already have a website, which a lot of us do have our own website built on WordPress or something, it's still a good extra piece of real estate to have digitally. And you can use it for something else, like a landing page, or you can promote a specific product, or target just a specific area of your business if you like. But at the end of the day, it's just free and it's more real estate to have, and it can land. When you do Google searches for your company, I've actually had my website turn up, Facebook turn up, all the other different directories that I list on show up, and Google's free website show up, or like I've got the whole front page of Google. So you may as well use it, because if it's built by Google, it's going to be Google friendly, right? Yeah. So, first of all, let's just grab the. Where did we go with that one? Oh, yeah. If you go here, you can download the PDF.
Right.
Which is about.
Design Diva. Oh, yeah.
And that's about a 37-page PDF, so that's just everything. Yeah. And that's the Wi-Fi for today. Yeah.
346. Did Matt give you that already? Did he? Oh, that's good.
Sorted.
Thank you.
So then you can run along with this PDF. This is the PDFs that you'll be downloading, and we'll also get you to log into your Google My Business after you've got the PDF.
Contents.
Content,
is it? Just content? Okay, yep.
/wp-content/uploads
/11/Google My Business .pdf
gmb.pdf. Yeah.
Got it.
Lovely.
Awesome, thank you. 38 pages? Holy
Yeah.
dooly.
So,
Thanks,
38
Nicole.
pages of gold. Step by step how to do everything. So if you don't remember what we've done today,
Awesome.
it's in the guide. Yeah.
So will we just follow this through as well as
Yeah, well,
as you go through?
we're going to follow a fair bit of this, but it'll be up on the screen here as well.
Yeah,
but
cool.
just so you know that you've got it.
Yeah.
The other thing you need to do is head over to Google My Business. So when you log into Google, go over to the channel 9 dots.
Yeah.
And find the little Google My Business logo there.
Now, what if you've got like a couple of different? You should probably really have one Google account.
Excellent question. First fantastic question of the day. Yeah. Obviously, they're going to be relevant to different businesses. So do not get them mixed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's for the love of Jindabyne, make sure it's that one.
Or
you're just going to have to create, and it's going to be a good thing for you. If you've got multiple businesses, you're going to have multiple GMB profiles, and that's that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
you're just
and Bruce
signing
too,
to the
you've
right
got
Google
different
account.
locations, because you've got your location also up at Perisher.
Yeah.
Within your single Google My Business profile, you can have separate locations if you want to. Yeah, but you can also list multiple locations. Yeah.
Okay.
There's different ways to do that. If you have different locations, like I've got my one location here.
Yeah.
If I had two locations, I would have two of everything, and I would have to do two of everything. Like if you're asking customers for reviews and that sort of stuff, you'd have two different pages, two different listings, two different websites that you can build.
Yeah.
It can get very messy unless you've got individual standalone businesses. Stick with one location. If you've got different businesses on different Google accounts,
you've got to change Google accounts before
Just
you. Yeah. Okay.
keep do one at a time, and
Awesome.
just do
Alright,
the
so
one
let's
that's
do this
relevant
one.
to that account.
So what was the login again? Because I thought it was into the workspace one.
Yeah.
Hang on a sec.
It was something else.
There we go. 4LW 346. All caps. You got the PDF too?
Not yet, that's why I just...
Right.
What's it?
It's up there.
So it should be
Just
the
write it in
workspace,
case I
shouldn't
lose
it?
it. Yeah.
It's the network name.
It's down the bottom where it says validate. That one. Oh, you shouldn't have to write that in
No,
there.
that's what I thought.
Just cancel that. And go up there. Oh, the sheet, the form should just pop up. You should just get a pop up.
Yeah.
But try it, okay? Because you need to get the
That's
pop
what I
up,
did.
otherwise.
Yeah, no, that's what I did. Didn't get there. All up there.
Close. It might be behind all that. Close some of those. Because it's just on your desk. It'll just pop up under the desktop. You've got all that stuff in front of it. You might not be seeing it. Just go Finder and go to the desktop. No, just hit the blue face right on the left. Yeah, that one. Yeah. And desktop. Or no, just you're gonna have to minimise all those pages. If it's gonna be behind all that or something.
Should we delete the live? Start again.
You definitely know one, yeah.
No. For some reason, it just doesn't want to go there.
Turn your Wi-Fi off and on again. Just up the top here, yeah, hit off, yeah, and then go back and turn it on again. Yeah, now, just click on it, yeah, and then on. Now just wait for it. Wait, oh, is that it there? Oh, there's something popped up in the background. Oh, no.
I think you close. Are you on Safari or Chrome? Or?
He's trying to get on. He's going to have to get on Chrome, but you're on Safari at the moment.
No, if you shut your browser down and then open the browser, it should just pop up.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Like that.
That's what happened on mine.
Just quit everything and we'll go again. Just see what that does.
Actually,
But continue on. I'll read off the...
keep going.
Yeah, it's still going. Yeah.
Should we keep going or start again or no?
Oh, we missed the first bit, but got Michelle. Can you please write that link in comments? Can't quite see it on the big screen. Oh, okay, maybe I'll move it a bit forward. Come at it from here so I can. Is that better, Michelle? That's actually actually, I can read it on the screen now. So hopefully it's not going to be on you, obviously, but it'll just be up there. Yeah, cool. Anyway.
Doesn't change.
Right. Did you want to send that to Facebook, the link? Fiona,
Sorry,
do you want to send that to Facebook?
I'm just trying to get Bruce online here. Hang on.
Okay. Just sending you the link. Oh, I can send it to Facebook. Hang on a second. Can't I? There we go. There's the link.
Have you got Chrome or not?
Maybe not at the moment. Had it previously.
I don't know what that is. Is this something that you
No, I
have?
haven't really touched it.
What's it saying now? Turn on. I'll just close that screen because it might stop recording while it's doing
It
that.
does seem to be. It seems to have stopped. But I'll just put in a
It's not picking up on my, why? Do you want to show side? No.
No.
I'm just going to push style.
No.
Good one.
Good.
Thank you. I suspect that because you've got so much stuff open,
Right.
that RAM is just not coping with everything. And I think, yeah, we need to just clean it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's there's something here stopping it from logging into this network, this
Yeah.
Kaspersky thing. What's the name?
Oh,
Yes.
yes, yes. One of the girls at the last workshop had a problem with it was a security. If you can switch off your security, it'll come through probably.
Yeah.
Duncan had to do a major with one of the girls last time
Mm.
because they had the security stuff
Uh-huh.
on their computer.
Right. Maybe we have to watch.
Eh?
Maybe you'll just have
Yeah,
to
no,
watch.
that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, unless you can try switching off because Kaspersky and try that because sometimes they just have a switch, like a pause
Okay.
button.
All right. Cool. Oh,
Right.
thanks. Okay, great. All right. Back to the
Okay.
drawing board.
Back to the
Yeah.
drawing board.
Okay.
Right, so basically, Google My Business is like a free directory listing, but what it allows you to do is end up on the front page of Google ahead of everybody else without having to pay for ads
Mm.
and without having to have an amazingly optimised site, which everyone tries to do and it doesn't usually make much difference anyway. So what you'll find though, if you Google your business, like put your business into Google search or into the maps and see what comes up, you might see something come up on the side here, like this sort of thing. Actually, I'll do it actually for mine.
Yeah.
We'll do a search.
So if I talk in Tor Property Marketing,
Yeah.
then I get
Yeah.
over on the side here. You get that thing where it gives you the website and the directions and the call.
Yep. So that's the knowledge panel on the side. So,
Yeah.
so mine didn't come up with web
Oh, 'cause it's
design.
probably not just the whole screen, maybe.
Hmm?
If it was a big
Yeah,
screen.
I've got the whole screen up there.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is, Google search is so fluid. It's not a matter of I don't rank. It's like what people are punching into Google, and you just don't know. Like web design or web designer.
Like last night, I googled a few businesses for you just to see if
Yep.
like some of the local ones, and
Website designer. See, there's
if I
change
type
from
in
yesterday.
Innervine Brewing, for example, I get the thing that comes up over here, but then I get something that says "own this business?" question mark, which kind of leads me to believe
that's
that
what
they
we're going
haven't
to. That's
done it
what
right.
That's what we're going to look at. Is that exactly? Designer.
Like there might be
Genuine.
something in there that they could improve
Yeah.
on.
Oh God. Okay.
There it is. Yeah, that's it.
So sometimes I can punch in just 3 words that
Yeah.
are relevant to my business, and this will pop up. Other times, yeah. So not just what they're punching in, but what you're punching in today as opposed to tomorrow, when algorithms and
Yeah.
other people's content gets changed as well. So from day to day, you just never know exactly what's
Yeah.
going to happen. So that's where you need to optimise your Google My Business. So this is that knowledge panel on the side with all of the content on it. But I can edit my business information. If I hadn't taken control of that, it would say something else like, do you own this business?
Yeah.
Right, so when you Google your business and you know that you haven't set up a Google My Business account, but something shows up there and you wonder why,
Yeah.
either you've done something in the past and you can't remember, or someone else has put something in there, or a pin on a map.
Kind of like a Wikipedia thing where they just keep adding information.
Or Google draws content from across the web as well and will pre-populate that stuff at times too. So you just never know where it's coming from, and that's called your business profile on Google. So if you don't take control of it,
Yeah. The wrong phone number might end up in
yeah,
there.
anything
or
can end up in
anything.
there, and reviews and all sorts of things can end up in there, and you have got no control
Yeah.
over what's showing up. So same can happen with maps, right? So this is all linked in with maps as well. So search Google Maps. Designer, Ginderbine. I think mine might not be fresh enough to show up here yet. So lots of really good. Look, you even show up here before I do.
Awesome. Oh, there's design detail.
Yeah, and they're not actually even a web
Gender
designer, but web,
landscaping, Blizzard Publishing. Awesome.
yeah. So I've punched in my business,
And
and
then
it's enough that it's taken that over now. So so you can see here where it says you manage this business profile.
yeah,
so that's a
good.
business
So you know that you've
profile.
done something with it. Yeah.
So before you even set up a Google My Business account through Google, which, as we were saying before, on the Channel 9 dots, when you go to
The 9 little
yeah,
dots.
the 9 little dots, and then you go to the this little My Business here, that's the icon there.
Yeah.
So before you even go there, you need to go and see
Just
what
check.
profile already exists on Google, thanks
Yeah.
to Google putting it there, or somebody else, or if you know you have or can't remember that you did at some point in time. And you need to grab that first, because that will connect everything up. Otherwise, you will otherwise end up with 2 separate messes going on. So always hook up what already exists on Google. But you've got to find it. So keep punching in your business name, descriptive things, business names that you've had changed in the past even, or slight changes to your name. Like I put the proprietary limited in sometimes and sometimes not, just to see if it comes up. But just search on Google and on Google Maps. Because a lot of people are on Google Maps and they don't know how they got there.
Yeah.
And there's photos of their business on Google Maps and they don't know how they got there. But Google's picking those things up from other places,
Other people,
on their websites and other things. So that's
So when nothing shows up like that, it means there's not even been a start of anything.
looks like there's
Yeah.
but try it on Maps as well.
Oh, maps, yeah.
Yeah. But also, you haven't had your website up and running that long.
No.
So it probably hasn't been like there's some of the bed and breakfasts in town who have been going for 10 years. They've got stuff on Google Maps. They've got no idea. And over time, Google have pre-populated some of that stuff, or someone's put a pin in and then Google's gone, oh, hang on, we've got that and that. Oh, let's put the photos in that go with it, and it just all self creates itself if you don't take control.
Like, I think I went into the butcher the other day and I noticed, I don't know why, I was just looking something up, and they have let their landline phone like go. They don't even use it anymore, they just use a mobile.
Yeah.
And they've put that up on Facebook, but on the Google listing it's still got the old landline phone number.
Yeah.
So they really need to update
No,
that.
yeah, we'll get into that too with all the different types of citations that you can have all over the web.
Yeah.
You've got to start being consistent and manage them. It can become a real mess.
Okay.
Okay, so lots of things can happen. There's that answer box there. If you ask questions, it's like, I punched in the other day. Is Trolltoggen Lodge open? When is Trolltoggen Lodge open from? One of the bed and breakfasts in town. And it came up in the box there with their business name and their opening hours. So you can ask questions. That's your answer box. It gives you lots of answers. There's a knowledge panel. There's also a 3-pack that you can show up in, which is
3-pack.
a 3-pack. Yeah, well, it's a 3-pack or the snack pack, they call it. Where you get 1, 2, 3 with the map. Yeah, so that's the gold that you go for, because when that comes up in the in your search, it comes up above all of the organic search, and people are more likely to click on that.
Yeah, when
And
you
the stats show that people do
maps.
click on that way more than anything else. So
and then okay.
So, and getting in there is a combination of getting your Google My Business ready and done and properly filled out, and getting your website optimised and in line so that all of the content is the same. So, if you can pop up in there, it's just, it's gold and it's free. It just takes a bit of time to get it all up and running. So yeah, that's where I've popped up in the box for up in Queensland, where I've also got my location. I've got like this huge area set. Yeah. Okay. So, other than that, you'd have to be paying Google Ads and hope that it's great for some of our businesses, but you talk about accommodation industry, they're just never going to compete with all of the other people,
it costs too much.
Airbnb and those people who are paying millions.
Because Google Ads like an auction on words, right?
Yeah, and you've got all the Booking.com and those guys that have got like $1 million budgets. You just do not stand a chance, except doing this, you will get
on the front page.
Yeah. So another good thing with all of this is you've got all those links automatically there. Your website, your directions. You can there's call now buttons.
Save, call,
ask a question, reviews.
There's
just lots of interactive opportunities there for people when you turn up. When you can turn up in that side panel, which is that knowledge box. Yeah. Yeah. So according to Google My Business study done in 2019, Australian businesses receive on average 67 actions on their Google My Business listings per month on average. Right?
How many?
67 actions. So someone's
Oh wow.
these turn up and there's actions happening on them on an average 67 times.
Yeah, I noticed that on the art gallery, because we put the photos on the art gallery's Google page as well as Instagram and Facebook. And we get the little report that comes through
you get the
weekly or
email.
monthly.
That tells you what's happening. So it's calls and visits and requests for directions and all that sort of stuff. So it works too. Also, according to HubSpot, 50% of people who do a local search for like a business near me, looking for a cafe near me or a sports store near me, when they're on their phone and happen to be travelling through Jindabyne, 50% of them will visit a store that day on the search. And it's that such and such near me, which is also triggered by your Google My Business listing. Okay, so And what automatically happens too is, you know, on the maps you show up on search as
Yeah.
well. So this is all on the computer, but obviously same on the phone. And it'll give you all of that same stuff.
Well, it comes up in red, doesn't it? And everybody else's, yeah, so
It
yours
is.
stands out.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you've got like, yeah, cafes or
Yeah.
other shops around.
Yeah,
it.
it can have multiple listings in that column, or it might just be your
Yeah.
own if it's been a very specific search. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you can send the stuff to your phone and or share it or anything.
Get the directions directly and all that.
In-store pickup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what's really important too, which a lot of people don't do, is get reviews. And it's a little bit of a nuisance to get your reviews because you've actually got to reach out to your customers and ask for them.
I'm amazed actually how many people do go through the reviews. I know
Yeah.
a lot of the younger millennials, they don't believe everything on the internet because
No.
they know that it's not all true, but they will believe a review.
Yeah, that's right. And if I just go back to this, where is it? Oh, no, lost the page. See here, I've got this one.
Yeah, with the stars.
There's 3
Yep.
listings of relevant web designers in Boona.
Yeah.
Mine's the only one with 5 stars.
With
so
the
how does that
reviews,
stand
yeah.
out better?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but you've got to go out, you know,
And
make
ask.
yourself a script, email everybody. That doesn't work, funny
Yeah,
enough.
you've
I've
literally
tried
got to
that.
stand
I've
over them
emailed
while they do it.
Yeah. When you set up your GMB account too, you'll get a link, a very simple link that you can copy and paste and send to everybody and say, hey, can you please put a review up? We'd really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is click on it and it pops up the review page for them to add a review. So really easy to get people to do it. It's just that you've got to go through the process of asking them.
So where do you get that link?
It's when you set up your account, which we're going to do shortly. We're going to go through all of
Okay.
that. Yeah, go through all of that right now. Yeah. Put it on Google, the reviews. Yeah. So, and look, I mean, I'm having trouble getting some reviews too. And people are putting reviews up and they're not showing up, and it's showing up on their Google and not on my Google, and funny little things going on. And there's look, Facebook reviews is another good thing. It's the same thing when you're asking people for reviews. Give them the option to do Google or Facebook or both, please.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
Because, but the more powerful one is Google, because Facebook have changed their review layout to being just a recommendation now. So, okay, so their website builder is really, really restrictive, but if you work with it, you can get it to look quite all right. And it, you know, it's only going to replace a proper website if you really can't afford a website at the moment. But to keep things nice and simple as your first website, this is just a no-brainer. Absolutely no-brainer. It's all of the information's there. It's got links on it. There's a lot more to this page than I'll show you.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we talked about that before. It's like, you know, doing that search, making sure that you've got a business profile, that you don't already have a business profile, and if you do, claim it. So that it'll just set you up in Google My Business then. Okay, so if we all logged in,
I'm
logged into,
in here,
yeah.
Business
So mine's
profile.
already done. So and I've actually got another one here too, which is my other thing, which I'm still waiting on my verification for this one. So
Yeah.
okay, so
So I've got some in here that are already verified, but I want to add the For Love of Jindabyne as well. Because I've got.
so you haven't created For the Love of Jindabyne yet. Yep.
Yeah.
So have you got a Google account that does not have a Google My Business attached to it?
Can I manage it all within the one? No.
No.
Okay. I do have a Google. Yeah, I've got a Google account. Sure. Jindabyne. For the Love of Jindabyne @gmail.com. I just got to log into it. Hopefully that one punch right. Okay. All right. So find and manage your business. Is that the first question that pops up?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So.
So if you haven't logged in, you might get that Manage Now button on the top when you go to Google My Business.
Okay. Now it's asking me another question.
Google.com/business. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the question you've got coming up?
Asking me to add a category now. So.
Yep.
And I can change it later if I
Yep.
want to.
So did you have to find and manage your business?
Yep,
And popped
yep.
it in? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just punch that in, and then it wanted something about a
choose a
new
category that best. Okay, this is important too. You get to put 10 categories up there if you want to.
10.
Up to 10. It doesn't mean you should use it though. Like, do not trash it and put, categories up there that don't belong. It's ridiculous. Do not do that. But the category that most suits, you need a primary category, and it's just one primary category. So pick a primary category.
Help me out, you guys.
And
What
then
do you reckon? What
For the
about
love
what?
of Gendivine, tourism.
People like, tourism, and then it comes up with tourist information centre, tourist attraction.
Well, you're almost a tourist information centre.
I feel like I am sometimes.
And there isn't one in town, I'd go for that one.
That's
I reckon.
one.
But just check all of the categories that are there.
So I just type them one after the other, or?
Or just click on it if it pops up.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so that's just giving me one there at the moment.
Yeah, you won't be able to put any others in yet. Once the basic settings are done, and you can go in and optimise, which will be adding the extra ones in there. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, cool. 9 more later. I see.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So now comes your location.
They can visit like a store or an office.
Yeah. So I don't have people coming to my office. I don't want people turning up to my home office. So I don't.
Can you just have like Gendivine, or does it have to be more specific?
Yeah, it will. Yeah, like mine is, as you can see.
Because if you don't put a location, does it still go on the map?
You see where I've got, yeah, I don't have a location, but I've said this is the whole region that I deal with.
All right.
And in other ways, it's got my address there being Gendivine as well.
Okay, so if I just write no, that will be okay, you reckon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and if it was yes, it'll just take you through the process of putting your address in there.
Where do you serve your customers? And so we can just put Gendivine.
Yeah.
For that one. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And so it knows the region then, and it'll pin your region on there, but it won't be sending people to your address at all. At some point, you're going to have to put your address in there for a verification in mail.
So I've got contact details.
Yep. Yeah. So you can confidently put your contact details in there and know that no one's going to turn up to your home or your office if you don't take visitors there.
Sure. All right. And now I'm going to put my website in.
Yep, just fill in all the details that they're wanting. Yeah. So when you put Gendivine in there, you could put surrounding areas as well.
I just put Gendivine.
Yeah. All of this is editable afterwards as well, so you can expand on it afterwards. I've been jiggling around with mine too.
It's asking me here, get a free website based on your info.
Yeah. Well,
instead of putting in, so if I didn't have a website, you could choose that one.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Right.
But if you've got another, this is your main website link, so do not put your free website link in there.
No.
Because your real website will be lost.
It's better. Yeah.
It'll be lost then. Yeah. So that's where you put
your
website.
But for people that don't, that would be
I don't need a website.
Okay.
Yeah. And the get a free website based on your info, I mean, we're going to build that anyway as an extra bonus. If you don't have a website, by all means, click on that one. But we'll go through that process anyway. Yeah. Okay. Make sure that everything, if you've got other like Yellow Pages, Yelp, all of those sorts of different online directories, if you've got content on there already, make sure it's all the same It's really important because Google starts seeing all of it and going, hang on, there's discrepancies here, right? So this is really important. Make sure you've got it all right, and then go and make sure all of your other directories and other places that your business is listed
Do
is
people
correct.
even use those old things anymore? Like, I feel like they're really outdated now.
You
Those
think so?
local
You would think so,
search
but there's a list. We've got a list in here of top citation sources in Australia. Oh, this link might not work, does it? Oh, yes, it does. Okay. Best location citation sites. So just directory listings, you know, that's got your name, address, phone number, at least on there. So let's just have a look at the top for Australia. Google My Business is the top one. Then there's Bing Places, Apple Maps, Yellow Pages, True Local.
Oh, that's really handy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that in
So
because that's you need a list of where to look.
yeah, and you need to keep this list as well, so that when you update
Is it in the slides?
or change, yes it is, yeah. When you change any of your content, like I just changed something simple like my slogan, even just update everything. So anyway, yeah, that's on page 17. The link's on page 17.
And what about that one though?
This, that's this link here.
That is to that. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right.
Yeah. So you know what? And they're all free. They've all got paid versions. You don't need paid versions of those at all.
No.
People, I mean, I've never used Foursquare, but I've seen people mention it a few times. And local.com.au, Aussie Web is a really cruddy one, but it's obviously not bad as well. But yeah.
True.
Anyway.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I would just start with the first column.
Okay.
Otherwise, you've just got a lot of maintenance on your hands moving forward as things change, you know. Okay. Okay, has Google My Business, back to the Google My Business settings, has that asked you yet to subscribe to notifications?
Staying in the know, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, we just hit yes and...
Yep, do that, because it's, you know, what comes through is good quality stuff.
It's amazing, yeah.
They don't spam you.
No.
You get good information coming through when you subscribe to the notifications. So, okay, so finish and manage this listing.
Yeah. And then it's asking me to verify my address.
This is the fun part.
Is there two ways? There's two ways you can do it though, isn't there? Or not?
Supposedly there's two or three ways, but it depends on your business, it depends where in the world you are. And I don't think in Australia it's an option. I'm not sure if someone has
Okay, so...
done it elsewhere in Australia, but as far as I know, the only thing that'll ever happen in Australia is you're going to get a postcard in the mail in the next 2 weeks.
Except the mail don't deliver to my new address, but I just opened a suite at the post office.
A post box?
No, it's a street address
Oh.
they offer,
Yeah.
and instead of calling it post office box 1021, it's suite 1021, 6 Gippsland Street.
I should have that too.
Yeah.
Because I've got the same
And
situation.
you can have, if it's
Wow.
not an Australia Post delivery service, you can have up to 50 other, like toll, for example, delivered there.
There, and it comes
And
to the
then,
post office. Yeah.
not a fridge, I figured out the other day. But I said, what about a dryer? She said, oh, yeah, maybe.
If it fits out the back of the
It's
post
out
office.
the back, yeah. So,
So is that your address? Is that
so
the
they-
address you've put on?
Mine, yeah, because that's the only street address I've got now.
Okay, so yeah, the address that you put in there, whether it was for your local business
Yeah.
or whether it's just for your post.
So it's going to say 6
needs to
Gippsland
be-
Street, Junior Vine.
So what's going to
The
happen?
post office.
What's going to happen is this postcard's going to come with a verification code on it,
Yeah.
and then you're going to come back to Google My Business and punch the code in, because that's going to tell Google that you're legitimate.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I'll show you what that's like. So when you come back to your Google My Business page,
Yeah. And it's telling me that
it'll
it'll
say
down
pending. Yeah, it'll say pending verification.
All right, let me just have a look. Mail. Oh, contact name. Hang on, I'll just put my name. And address And what's more options? What's that? Oh, you can't fully manage your listing until you verify again.
Yeah,
That's
so
fine. But mail.
Post it, but
Yeah. 6 days, they reckon?
They do.
Known to take a little bit longer than
Yeah,
that.
country towns. Yeah, they look. If it doesn't arrive in 2 weeks, then you can. I don't have a code. You punch that.
Yeah.
And, I don't know what it'll do.
Yeah.
It'll do whatever comes next.
We had to get two
Send
from our
another one,
gallery.
probably.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know what happened to the first one, but
Yeah.
one turned up eventually.
So that's that. So there's a certain amount of things you won't be able to change until you've got that verification. But there's a whole bunch of other stuff that you can continue to do. So yeah, that's the little email you get. There's a little thing you get that says, you know, postcards coming. So then you can just keep going with all of these things basically.
Just fill in all the blanks.
Yeah, basically you're going to be filling in all the blanks. So first of all, add your services and your products.
So if you just have open and then just, if you don't put the hours in, does it maybe just do 24
hours
hours?
is really important to put in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not because like I don't take visitors either. But my hours are 9 to 5, and you know I'm happy for people to ring me on a Saturday too, so I might put those in as well. There's certain times I'm not going to be available between Christmas and New Year. I just don't, you know, so I've put those in as the extra hours.
Yeah.
And Google doesn't like it when you don't put your hours in.
Okay.
Yeah.
get rid of
Yeah.
prompts.
So
Things like Black Friday and stuff.
What was that?
Things like Black Friday with sales and
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And so they prompt you and say, are you
Special
changing
hours,
your
yeah.
hours?
Yeah.
Whether that's sort of
Yeah, I've noticed that.
cross-marketing.
If there's holiday coming up, they make sure, or like Christmas time, or over the public holidays,
Yeah.
they'll sometimes send
I
you a
mean, it's
little
in
email.
their interest, obviously, isn't it, Nicole, for the people to continue to update?
oh, totally. Yeah, always tweak and update and add content to your Google My Business listing. Absolutely.
And does it give preference, like if you use another platform like Vimeo instead of YouTube?
No.
So you better to use
You'd
YouTube
better to
and-
use YouTube. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like Google owns it, so
Yeah. No.
that would be yeah. It's really like stuck on locations there. Go away. Here we go. Oh, that's interesting. Right.
Alright, so we'll do all that
This
later.
one, this one anyway.
And then I can
Okay.
add some photos later.
Yeah. So when you add your description up to 750
Yeah.
characters, and this is all the sort of stuff you just sit down,
Yeah.
write something, you know,
Yeah.
keep tweaking it. You want nice keywords in there too, but you don't want to just spam it with keywords. And keywords are the sorts of things that people are punching into Google to find you. So it's not going to be every single product that you have in your store, but it'll be, you know, do you know what the key search terms are for your business, Bruce? Do you have that on, you'd find that on Google Analytics?
Yeah, I've got
Yeah,
a whole bunch of that sort of stuff.
yeah, so just pick, you know, the most key
prime ones.
search terms and add those into, you know, a nice description. Yeah. But we can also diversify on all of this later, which we do in the optimizing section. But okay, yeah, your photos are really important too. People actually click way more on profiles that have images than those that don't. So, you know, front of your store, really important, so
Yeah.
people have got an instant identifier.
Yeah.
Happy customers, products, you know, for tourism it's just going to be easy to just have lots of happy laughing people and beautiful scenery and your products as well, yeah, okay, all right.
Awesome.
So once you get onto your dashboard, so this is your dashboard, then you can start clicking on all these different things to start optimizing. So
Yeah.
Mm.
Just go through and fill in as much stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So posts, this is an interesting one. They're like blog posts. But the clever way that if you do happen to have a blog, or if you do happen to have products, or you do happen to run events, you can use those instead and just put a slight blurb and a photo up, and then for the rest, pop a link to the real post
Mm.
or event
Yeah.
or store
Mm.
product
Mm.
on your website. So,
Okay.
so I've just put up 3 posts, and you notice don't tell you that they clip all your photos. So when you put photos up on your post for your posts,
Yeah.
you need to add some space.
So
on
they're
the
just
side.
they're blogs
Yeah,
on your
so-
website, but
Well,
you've got
they're
a link.
not. You know, I've created them on my
Oh, okay. So
my
they're like
business
a
on the website.
post,
Yeah, on
yeah.
the website. Yeah, this is my Google My Business free website.
yeah.
So it's regional web design diva.business.site.
Yeah.
So you can also set it up to have a proper domain name if you want to,
Mm.
if it's your real website. But
Mm.
so I created the posts on here, but just put a short description, and the read more takes them to
Yeah, the story.
that specific post on my website.
Oh, I got you.
To the real post, yeah.
Right.
But it can also be used for events or products, or you can put lots of them on there
Mm.
as a post. So you go into info for most of your updates,
Yeah.
and when you want to set all this sort of stuff,
Info. Yeah, it takes you to
Yeah.
that page with the hours and the phone numbers and
Yep.
add photos.
yeah, special hours if you've got extra different hours, and they keep reminding you, hey, you haven't filled this in.
Mm.
It's basically letting you know
Yeah, cool.
they want you to fill this in, right?
Okay.
So I haven't had the special hours there. I sort of put products in, services. So just click to update and tweak those all the time. Obviously, this can be very time consuming completing it properly,
Mm.
but once it's done,
Some of it I've got to wait for it to be verified, I think.
yeah, you will.
Yeah.
Oh, but this isn't like this one. This is my grad art photos. It's not verified yet either, but I can
Yeah.
still go in and check and
Okay.
update a lot of these things.
The info part.
Yeah. You do get insights as well, which is like a little analytics thing, which obviously is not
Yeah.
yet because this site hasn't been verified. You get to it's not letting me open up both on Chrome. It's not letting me open both Google My Business accounts. But anyway, so when you click on the reviews, it'll show you reviews there, and you should reply.
Mm.
It's not like you're going to have a conversation, but you say, look, thank you very much
Yeah.
for
Go through it.
yeah, or if it happened to be a bad review, you'd say, look, how can we help?
Yeah,
Yeah.
opportunity. Definitely.
Messaging you can set up on a phone app, so that what will happen is on the top of your listing, I don't have it because I actually
So you just download the Google My Business app.
Yep.
Onto your phone.
what would hang on, where's my other one? Yeah, so you see, said website and call, it'd have a message button there as well.
Yeah.
And that means, they can just text you, I actually don't want it there for me. I don't want to have another
So now if I went
place
back
where I've
to
got to keep an eye on.
if I went back to Google now and typed in for the lunch in the bar,
It might take a while
No,
for it to
it still
appear.
doesn't happen.
Yeah, no, mine didn't appear straight away.
yeah.
It takes a little while. Google's got to sort of, bring it all together. And not before it's verified, it won't show up anyway. Okay.
Yeah, because it is organic, and so it's going to take a little while for it to build up. You're not going to
Yeah.
expect anything straight
Yeah,
straight
it
away.
doesn't take long though. Within
No?
a week you'll have it there. Yeah.
Okay.
It won't take long at all. But it also depends on what you're typing in. But the first thing you'll notice is when you type in your specific web your specific business name and the town you're in. For the love of Jindabyne, it should, you know, at the very least that'll start coming up, but it'll start coming up over time with different types of search terms as well. Yeah. Okay, so it's messages, photos, always keep adding more photos.
I'm gonna remember.
Yeah.
Bookings.
Bookings. If you take bookings for anything, they can do this here too. Like Bruce, if you've got if you want people to book in for hire and that sort of stuff. I actually use Calendly, which is a different product for my online bookings system, as an online booking system. But here,
Are they like an app that you tack on?
yeah, well, yeah, it's a totally separate app that I have on mine, which actually, I'll just make it there. So it's on this is my free website again. So make an appointment, it's the same link as on the knowledge box as well. So when I click that, it just takes me to my occupation. People can click on that, go through, make a time, and it goes through, confirms it. They can see what availability there is. Yeah. So that's it. And all I do is put in my link into their system. But they also have their own
calendar booking thing.
Yeah, they must collaborate with a
Actually,
with a
I
company.
linked my Facebook bookings with my Google Calendar the other day, so I think I can do it.
Yeah. My Calendly hooks into iCal. So as soon as it goes on there, it lands in iCal as well. Yeah. But yeah, it would obviously land in Google's calendar. But yeah, if you don't have another calendar service, they've got one. Just on the click of the button there, once you're verified, you'll have access to that.
Okay.
Products can be a bit like huge. This is really like almost like shop products listings. So you get to put in all sorts of, like, there's a lot of detail there to put in. Photo, product name, category, price range, product description, add a button which would be, you know, buy now or order online, and then you'd have, you know, links there as well. Yeah. Services can get huge too. So within every category that you've got, you can list your services under each category. So if you're going to end up with those 10 categories, you'll have 10 opportunities to put in all of your different, which can get a bit overwhelming. You probably don't need to go that far. Okay.
And they're giving me $100 free credit view.
Yeah, bargain.
Advertising.
Yes, yes. Once you're set up to start.
May as well use it.
Yep, totally. Okay, we're not going to go into the actual optimizing now. That's next week's workshop on doing the high level optimizing. But if you go to section 4 in the so now we're going to look at the website. So what's really important here to make this, like, the first time I looked at this website builder, I thought they're joking. It's a mess. It's ridiculous. It's so constricted. It's just, there's, you know, as a web designer, this is my worst nightmare, right? But then I started to see other people who had created them, and they actually, if you work with their structure, it's actually, you can get some very, very nice looking websites out of it, if you're willing to work within their, you know.
So use their templates and stuff.
You only get one template, and they reckon that you've got different themes. They reckon, but this is it, right?
Right.
So different colours and different fonts.
Yeah, okay.
But the layout's going to be the same every time.
Will you change the colour or?
Yeah. Actually, I'm just redoing this my logo with this one. So, and you know, nothing there suits me at all. I'm just like, well, what? You know. Let's have a look at that one.
Oh, I
See
see.
the difference is like
Yeah.
just
Oh,
no.
no.
Yeah, I know. That might be closest to what it used to be, and so I might end up with that one because
Yeah, that one and change the colour. You can change the colour of the writing though, can't you? Or not?
no,
You can't.
no, that's all part of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you just got to pick one that's close as possible, and just remember that it's not. And if you're starting from scratch and you think this is all you're ever going to need, work with it to start with. If you haven't got a logo yet, pick this that you like best, and
Yeah.
it'll give you a font and a colour
Yeah.
to work with, and then you can build your whole business theme around this, because this is what you're working with. So I have a hunch it's going to be this for me. So from themes, oh sorry,
You
gotta
save that
save.
one.
Keep forgetting to save button.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then you've got your button.
Yeah.
Now, so when you look at how to do when you look at Google's help docs, there's a lot more options than this for your buttons. So it probably depends on the region we live in and the categories and your business type as to what
the
buttons they
options
make
are.
available.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite often, what happens here in Australia is totally different to what happens in the States and stuff.
So this is all happening only when you don't put your own website in. You actually choose the free one, and then it goes on to do this.
No, this happens anyway. Yeah,
Does it
I'm
happen
just in
anyway?
the background here. I have my
So
website.
if I go down the website,
Yeah, it'll be there. Like if I go back to info, right?
oh, okay. Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah. Got it.
I have my website.
Getting started.
Greatartphotos.com.
Oh my goodness, pink is
Yeah.
hello.
So this,
Okay.
just so we're clear on the website thing, this is my proper website. It costs me, it's my online gallery. I've had it for years, and it's important to me. And this is what shows up on all of my Google My Business listings whenever it pops up on Google search. It will be that website. And if you've got a proper website, online store, whatever, that has to go in there, not this one. This is just your bonus extra digital real estate, which may show up or may not, or you can use it for something specific like a special offer or like when I have a gallery, an exhibition running, I'll just update this website so it's all about the exhibition only and nothing else.
Got you.
Yeah, and with my Design Diva listing, it'll be a landing page. So I'm still just playing with that actually as well, the whole Design Diva one, because it's just not going to always turn up anyway, but it's not going to hurt to have it there. So let's get to it. So did you click on the create the website thing? Did you get those?
I did.
Yeah,
I've
you've
got
got
a
those,
beautiful
like-
blue.
My business website, and then they're setting it up for you, and then they say, "Yay, welcome to your site."
Maybe
And,
go with the red, but that's
yeah.
gonna clash. No, I'm gonna stick with the blue.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess.
yeah. And it's funny how I'm just rebranding Great Art Photos. So and I was going to go with a red and black logo instead of what I had prior, and I've been umming and ahhing about the font. So I think I just found it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's offering me to buy the domain.
Yes, yeah, we'll let you grab domain names. But you see this at the top there? You've got a little pen that you can create your own prefix.
Oh, okay,
So
so
business
I
docs.
don't have to have.
Yeah, Google's domain name for these websites is business.site.
Yeah.
Instead of google.com, it's business.site.
Yeah.
So you get your own business.site domain. So it's just that first section before the first dot.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
You
With
can change that.
dashes in between the words.
Well, I don't want captions. I don't want dashes. I want to edit mine.
Yeah, no.
So see, you get to change it. And I'm just going to see if I can put in capitals.
Yeah, that'd be.
Oh.
Probably wouldn't.
How's that going? Oh, hang on. Okay, great art photos. Let's see if that goes. Oh, sugar.
No, in bad.
Hang on. Look at that trick there. They're trying to get you to use their website. as your main one. So make sure you untick that box. Like it can go through. That would be messy.
No, I don't want to do that.
Great art photos. So maybe it's the.
I'll just put it back.
I mean, I definitely have no. Great art photos. So yeah.
Go back to
Here we go. Okay, so I just took all the hyphens out,
Yeah.
which is always a good thing. I don't know who started hyphens and things. Don't put full stops in them at all. That gets really messy. Just have one word. And if you wanted to, if this is your main website, that's going to be your website, and you want to keep just this free domain name as well, whenever you advertise or promote that website address anywhere, put the capital letters in, like Great Art Photos, capital G, capital A, capital P, and it just makes it easier for people to read. And it'll still,
Yeah, you're right.
it'll still show. The link will still work. Yeah. Okay.
I'll just try that again. I think it worked.
Yeah. Obviously they don't want that for this purpose. They don't want
No,
capitals.
it doesn't like that name. But then it's put it
What
up
was the
there.
name that you put in?
I just use capitals and all one word.
Yeah, no capitals will be all that you need to do. Just put it all lowercase. So don't worry about this. This is just like technical.
Yeah.
It's not visual.
So
So
there's
when
like
you
uppercase.
promote this link anywhere, put the capitals in, and it'll still
Got ya.
work. But this is just for technical reasons.
Yeah.
It just needs to be lowercase.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that with the hashtags too on social media. They're easier to read.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Perfect example.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, right. Okay. Back to editing. Here's the fun stuff. You'll probably find your headline and descriptions pre-populated itself from when you were setting up your Google My Business. So a lot of what goes into your Google My Business profile, that you've just been setting up prior, will pre-populate into your website.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but you will also want to expand and develop it for this specifically because it's a different page layout to your Google My Business listings. So description, summary header, summary body. So this is that's your headline and your description.
Yeah.
Headline and description, and this is your opening hours as per what was in your Google My Business listing. And then if you're going to have posts, they will show up next, and testimonials. And then the About Us section is your summary header and your summary body will show up. I'll show you this is my other
So
one.
does Google and WhatsApp, do they? Or
Yes.
WhatsApp. I was going to say, why don't you have Messenger, but it's just got WhatsApp or SMS?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. They do. Yeah. So here you've got so your heading and your description. Well, not description. Sorry. What was that? Headline. Yeah. Headline and your description is there. And then the summary headline and then the summary body shows up in this box a little bit further down the page on your website. So So that's what, that says summary header and summary body, these sections here
Yeah.
to fill in. So they just turn out in a nice box further down the page. And you get to, you know, put bold and italics and links and bullet points. So use all of those too in that section.
And do you have to hit publish?
Get directions I'm going to do on that one.
Up the top there, top right hand corner, you're
Yep.
going to hit
You
publish.
do
isn't it?
hit publish at the end of it. Yes,
Right.
definitely. But it'll save it in there until you're ready to publish it too. Because once it's published, it's Google can find it.
Yeah.
Generally, it won't turn up a huge amount of times, and it won't turn up for a little while, like a lot of things don't on Google for a while. And you'll keep tweaking it, and it'll eventually show up in search. But then when you've got it looking right, you'll want to use that link to the site to promote it as well.
Yeah.
So photos, not hitting the save button. So just drag lots of photos up on there. Definitely looks nicer if you've got square photos.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, you know, panoramics
I
and
just put
stuff
a
works
white one on.
well.
That one fit.
But you see,
The little ones. Yeah.
this is the gallery
Down.
of photos that's on my other Google website.
Well, it turns them into a square anyway. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but when you
chopped
click on them, it does show up, you know, in a gallery, like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
That's a video as well. You can have videos up to 30 seconds.
That's why I didn't show up.
And you know, you can have your different sized images on there, but it's just the gallery, unless people click on these, and they may not always click on them, they might just view them in the gallery state, and in that state they're all square. So just think about whether...
Because it does
That's
tell
the
you
header.
the numbers, doesn't it? As views and stuff on it.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it
some
does,
of
yeah,
them
but you know,
seems-
it's like... Yeah, it does. Yeah. Oh, frozen up.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so... Hello. Let's open it up in a new... It's interesting. When it opens the images, it opens it up in a new tab. So, but, you know, a lot of people are just going to look at that. So as long as they look right, you know, you don't want them all looking like this with the words cut off.
No.
Because
Yeah.
they're all different dimensions.
Different sizes, yeah.
They definitely look way better if they're all
Yeah.
fitting into a square
Right.
nicely. So a little bit of forethought there.
Because that's their template size, for the gallery.
but- One of the images that is always going to appear in your gallery is the one that you use for your header.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, if I get rid of that one, then that header image, that's the header image for the website,
Yeah.
will disappear. So, and that,
I don't know. I just
Yeah.
tried to upload one and it left it there. Because then I put that one on after it, so it still stayed there.
yeah, oh, on the top.
Yeah.
No, it shouldn't stand. That's just in your gallery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Not
yeah.
on top. Yeah.
But when you pick,
Can you delete them from
when
the
you pick
gallery?
an image for your header image, you'll pick. There'll be logo images, there'll be header images, and then just general images. So
Yeah.
this is my header image, but it also shows up in the gallery,
Yeah.
and it can't.
Yeah.
Obviously, it can't be a square
No,
for the
because it's
header
there.
image. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah.
Awesome.
And also, obviously, it's 3 columns, so just make sure you don't put 10 images in there, make it 9 or 12. Make it look nice, because this is the front page of it. This is a website, one-page website, and you want it to look tidy and thought out. so that's where you add your images. Oh yeah, I've got images already in there. Yeah. Okay, so in the More button, you get to publish now. There's some just tips and things, and obviously a lot of this isn't going to populate because I haven't verified the site yet, but
Yeah.
so just keep filling out as much as possible.
Is there somewhere where you can actually put your Instagram and Facebook links as well, or?
Yeah, good question. Go back into the edit section, and in the summary header and body, right? So that
Oh, yeah.
that's the summary header and body. I'll show you that in this website. Right, this is my regional web design and marketing business, Google My Business website.
Mm.
Down here, that is this here. So I can put bold and italics and underline and bullet points and links.
Oh,
And I
links.
even put an emoji.
Okay.
Right. The only way to get an emoji in there though is to cut and paste it from somewhere else.
Yeah.
But it'll take
Okay.
that sort of thing. So that's where you can put all sorts of links and things in there.
Okay.
You can't put images and all that sort of stuff in there. I actually haven't tried. Can't imagine you could. No. But that's where you've got the restrictions, is you just don't have choices with elements or anything. But important stuff. Call now button, opening hours, images, about us, which is like your summary or whatever you want to put in there. Testimonials. Posts, updates, which is you can put your products in there, events in there, blog posts or articles in there. If you don't want to, if this is all too hard, and for me for a while, this post actually was way too hard for me. For a while I thought, oh my god, to overload. If you just don't put anything in there, it just won't show up. But again, if it's your one and only site, and it's going to be your website, I'd recommend doing it, putting it in. They don't always stay live, apparently, these updates, but even though they say they only stay live for 7 days, mine's still up there after weeks, so I don't know what they're doing with that. It's just bonus, great. Okay. Right.
And then the analytics of looking at that though, that's different still from your other website, isn't it? So people may, like if you had that as a bit of a landing page or something.
Yeah, it's different insights, yeah. You can actually set it up on analytics as well, and you can set, so it'll just be a different, a different analytics. People don't use analytics enough actually. Okay. What am I going to go to?
But for you guys that are running different websites, do you report back to people and stuff? Like, is that another sort of thing that you have to do?
What was that?
Like where you're at, both of you seem to be running other websites and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Other people's websites?
Yeah, like I guess like a reporting thing once a month or something, just going back and saying, hey, here's where we're at.
Yeah. Oh, well, you can set analytics up for any website you want really on your Google Analytics, as long as you can get the code into their website.
I'm not really doing other websites, mainly just social pages. So we've got social statistics that we can do on Facebook.
Well.
But it's the sort of stuff a lot of people don't understand and don't realise the importance of. And when they look at the analytics, they don't understand what they're looking at anyway. But yes, it is important because it tells you things like what devices people are looking at your website on, which means, how is my site designed? Is it designed for mobile because 90% of people are looking at it on mobile or not? That sort of stuff is really important, but it's the, I might get out of this one now. Yeah, okay, here's we've got all the specs for the images to save yourself a lot of grief.
Oh yeah.
Regular photos, 720 by 720 is what they like to have. Your
Yeah.
profile photo, this was just a little square one, is 250 pixels, but the cover photo, 1080 by 608 pixels. So if you
Well,
just
1080 is
create,
the widest you can go, and then you've just got the
Yeah.
on a phone.
yeah.
And
So
then,
if you don't stick to those dimensions, whatever you pop in here is going to be clipped off, and it's just not going to look balanced on the page. So just create an image that is exactly those
Yeah.
dimensions, so that you have a website that looks like it's intentional and professional.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I just went onto Photoshop there, or you could go to Canva, perfect,
Yeah,
and just design
something for that spot.
something
Yeah.
for that spot. So you can also, within your design, put stuff in there that you can't create on this because it's
like
so
nice
restrictive.
fonts or
Nice
your original
fonts.
font. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You can be very clever with that layout,
Mm.
which will just turn the whole page around,
Mm.
and make the whole thing, viable.
Yeah. Like
Obviously, you've got to.
more customised.
You've also got to
you.
remember that you've got to
That
blend
thing.
in. You've got to blend in with this colour
Mm.
and this font. So
Yeah.
obviously, I went in and changed my background colour so it blended more with that button, because normally it's more teal
Yeah, just
coloured.
black would be
than that.
good even.
Yeah, I know. Thanks. Maybe Duncan can talk to Google.
Oh, yeah.
It's not good. Anyway, so yeah, but this is important, is getting that to all blend in nicely with these restrictions. So this is the most important design element to work on, and make it fit in with whatever theme you chose. You can put video on there too, up to 30 seconds. So
Yeah, 30 seconds.
yeah, just make sure it's a 720.
Yeah,
minimum.
720. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about Canva these days. You can literally make a video any size you like. Remember this? I used to try to, I want to make a vertical video.
Yeah,
Somebody please. And then, now you can do it in Canva. It's great.
yeah, yeah. All right. So we've still got half an hour to go. So, and we're through all of the basics. What other questions do you have? I'm going to log out of this one and try and get back in my other one. That's hilarious, actually. Google's not letting me into my dashboard here.
I'm just going to have a look now and see if there's anything else back here that can do.
Don't need that up anymore.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. So you've got like a section where you can blog, a section where you can put photos up, all your information that you need on a one-page website that is going to save you paying hosting and all sorts of stuff like that. There's a lot of smaller businesses in town that this is all they really need.
Could have
Yeah, and
Like the Lakeside Lure and Tackle guy, he literally doesn't have anything. No,
old school.
there's nothing. And so I need to go and talk to Brian, isn't it? Yeah. And just get a one-pager.
Ours is open.
Yeah. Oh, really? He's out fishing all the time, is he?
Well, he's been parking someone there while he's out. Like
Okay.
he's good. He's been really good like that.
Yeah.
Because like Richard, who's still at the brewery,
Yeah.
he doesn't even respond to phone messages, let alone the rest of it.
I was talking to Dan from the and Renee at the Peak Performance, and they've been doing really well.
Yeah.
And I just put that down to the fact that they're always open.
Yeah. No,
People know that they're going to be open, so they just keep coming
Yeah.
back.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it reduces the friction
It
of
does.
wondering that
if,
unknown factor.
yeah.
Yeah. So another good reason to have your business website is, and I haven't got it happening in mine yet.
Is that like in mobile mode or something, or is it just
Is
skinny
you
and
can
good?
put-
Just change.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just narrow. Because
Yeah, okay.
the page is narrow. Yeah,
Okay.
because I've got this.
There's the wrap.
Oh,
sort of-
yeah.
Sorry,
okay.
this is
Okay.
actually this is the dashboard.
Yeah.
Hang on. Get my head around. See, that's the actual. If you
Yep.
clicked on the website, if you discovered the website,
Mhm.
yeah, that's what it looks like. You see, you've got your links that you've chosen up there. Make an appointment, call now.
Yeah.
Which that's my Calendly link. And see, these links on here too that go to my website, they're backlinks.
Yeah.
Like, how important are backlinks? How hard is it to get backlinks? Like, how
Yeah.
easy is it to create your own backlinks?
Mm.
And that's another reason why you want those citations too from that list, is it's
Mhm.
creating good quality backlinks back to your site. It's giving your site validation.
Mm.
So, when I click on this article here, it's taking me to the original article, the proper
your
article on
website.
my proper website. Yeah.
We could do that with Destination Jigabun too.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And they do encourage you to continually keep updating all of this stuff
Mm.
on your
Of course.
Google My Business website.
Mm.
Yeah. So you don't have to have just 3 either. You can have lots. That's why I've got some glitches with my testimonials. They're there, but they're not there. And you can send people there to write a review as well. See, on your
Oh yeah.
see, yeah,
It just
So-
links straight through to the Google review page.
yeah, the review page. So there's lots of different ways people can do it. It's obviously difficult for people to keep punching in things in here to make sure that this pops up on the side,
You just
and
click on
that's from here you can write a
it.
review.
Oh, yeah.
But there is, in the back end, it's really important to, where is it? I think it might be on the home page. See, get more reviews. Yeah, so lots of nice
Oh, down
tools
there.
on this home page here. Lots of nice tools here. One of them, get the share, right? Share review form. So click on that.
Oh,
That's the
where
link.
was it? Sorry? Point to it again.
So this will only be here when you've verified.
Ah.
So this
got
is,
ya.
yeah, this is my Design Diva.
Oh, okay, so it's already verified.
Google My
Yeah.
Business.
Okay, so but it'll come up on the
listing.
dashboard.
Yeah. So once your pending little red box pending thing is gone, and because you've received your letter in the
Gonna
mail and
switch.
you've punched in your code, then you'll get all of this happening here in your dashboard.
I'm going to switch back to the tall red poppy one and see what that looks like.
So obviously, they want you to advertise, so you can
Got ya.
advertise from
Yeah.
from here too, but your choice.
Get more reviews, share review form. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so it's a really nice, dashboard to work from too. Create a post, add photos, create an ad, get more reviews. So click on this again. So click on that, and it gives you the link to email. Send an email out to all of your customers. Ask them for a review and blah blah blah. Word it.
You can
in terms.
personalise that a little more, or
Hmm?
is
Oh
that
no!
like
What you do is copy that
yeah,
and then create. Go and email.
Like a-
Write.
mail check. or
Word
something.
your email the way that you would like to speak to your customers, and put that link in there and say thank you. You can also,
We'll do some other boosts.
you can also do it on go straight to Facebook, WhatsApp, and Twitter, and do it that way, or share by email, or open up your Gmail for you with the link in it.
Yeah.
And then you'll email everybody, and they won't
No.
put a review up, right? That's what happens.
Yeah.
So you're going to email everybody, and then you're going to ring specifically your favourite customers
Yeah.
first and say, hey, I just sent you an email. Would it be okay? Could you please, we're trying to get our
Yeah.
Google reviews working, and it's really simple really simple, quick step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
Facebook and WhatsApp I get. Twitter I still don't get.
nah, Twitter. Yeah. Twitter. That's we've got that in next week. We'll talk about Twitter a bit in next week's workshop. It's just another one of those extra things that I don't actually have it at the moment, but I'm going to be setting it up again. I've had a lot of Twitter accounts in the past for businesses, only because it's surprising how it has been quite popular in rural and regional areas.
Yeah.
Bizarre but true. It's also a little bit more popular in cities. This is a lot more popular in the States, but it's still easy to automate.
Relevant.
So, you know, when you put a post up on Facebook and Instagram, you can just send it over to Twitter at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's just, and that's how I've always done it, is and I'll be setting it up again shortly, because there's a lot of things happening where it links in nicely.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a quirky following on Twitter, and I'm quite impressed with how many times I've had, I do have Twitter accounts actually, I just don't look at them anymore.
Yeah.
And they're attached to Facebook accounts that I don't use anymore.
Yeah.
Can't remember. There we go, great art photos. There we go, that's oh goodness. Oh. Where's my feed? See, they've changed their layout too since I last used it. Cracker. There we go. A couple of years ago since I posted, but every time, so what would happen is every time I posted something on Facebook, it would automatically upload to Twitter, and I used to use this a bit in the past with some a little while ago, but it's amazing how often I was retweeted actually with some tourism stuff, Fiona, when I was down over the other side of the mountain, and there was groups that were regional tourism groups that would follow and retweet my stuff, and I thought, oh, this is actually working. So, you know, it's a small following, but it's
unless you want to grow it.
Unless you want to grow it, look, I just don't think there's that many people there compared to Facebook and Instagram, but seeing as it can be automated, why not? So, but yeah, that's but it's going to. It's one of the many things that's going to turn up in Google search, right? So, let's try and find this. My one snapshot. Like I did it's probably still there, but I look. Hang on. I've got a snapshot missing. Oh well. Hang on. So, okay. I've got the whole side there.
Yep.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here. I've got the whole page
Awesome.
of Google.
Mm.
That's from the citations, which is the optimizing of your listing. which is not just it's optimising your local SEO, which is not just this listing that we were working on today, but it's also all of this stuff. So what's there is I've got Clutch, which is it's a directory for digital agencies. LinkedIn, Regional Web Design Diva. This is my Google My Business website.
Yeah.
That's showing up on the first page. This is the government site for my ABN. Visual Objects is another listing for digital marketing companies. Twitter can turn up there as well if I had it. Twitter could turn up. Facebook turns up. So in the search, I've done a different search in the past with slightly different words at the top, and it's come up. Facebook's come up, LinkedIn's come up, a couple of different directory listings have come up, Yellow Pages came up. So it's nice to have the whole page. There's just right down the bottom. There's someone that's someone else. It's like, who is that? Design Divas. Someone's put an S on it, and they've got the same name as me, except for. But apart from that, they're on the bottom. It doesn't matter. So that's what we'll be doing next week. Is going into looking at all, filling in all of those things as well.
So when you create a post versus a photo on your, so you know how you had the ones with the backlinks and stuff? Yeah, well, I can't see where you can add the photo to it. I've got create a post and I've got this little part that says update your status, and then there's an add a button. But where do you add the image?
Good question. I didn't do it from here. I did it from.
Oh, you did down there.
In the website.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Right.
Or did I? Oh, can I have a blonde moment? Actually, hang on. Go to
I
home.
must have done it because I've got them in here for
Go to home.
But
Create a
there's
post.
somewhere.
Go to home.
Yeah.
Create a post.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
And then there's nowhere you can add the picture.
It's got to be.
But I must have done
Update
it because
status.
I've got it on
Add a button.
Maybe it's linked.
No.
No, because I just
That's
did
a good
that.
question.
I just did another one, but there's no photo.
Doesn't go with photos and videos in the What's New? Isn't that what you just did?
Yeah, drag and drop
Yeah.
on the top.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
So
Oh, no.
What's New?
Yeah, add photo or video.
Post.
And you want it to be a square with a bit of space around the edge, because it'll crop it.
Create a post.
What's New, top right.
Up here somewhere.
Yeah.
Did
So-
that one there.
Oh, what's new? Okay, got
Yeah.
it. Thanks.
Yeah, so it's
Or
you
offer,
could be
or
yeah. So because
I have to click on one of those.
Mm. Yeah. So
Okay.
an offer, obviously
Or a
we've got a
product,
deal
an
going.
event,
Yeah.
or what's new?
What's
yeah,
new?
cool.
Or there's events. There's an
Got it.
event as well. So events would be really great for
Yeah.
the chamber and stuff as well. And
Yeah, and
And,
stuff.
yeah.
Because then Google will just sort of
Google
Fine.
Google
Fine.
just totally picks up on that. And it's when you do have a website already, it's like, oh my god, I've got too much to think of already to do this as well.
But this is one of the
But
most
you know
important ones.
This is Google.
I know, yeah.
Like,
If you don't
play
know
with
Google,
Google.
no one's
If
gonna
you
know
want
it,
if you
yeah.
want Google to like you, play with Google. Play in their playground. Right. That's that.
Yeah.
So
Should be the
yeah,
first
so
thing
I'm
we
looking
do.
forward to actually putting events and products and offers
Yeah.
into mine. But yeah.
So if I edit that, and then can I put it in afterwards? No, I've got to do it at the same time. Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. Actually, that's an interesting question. Whether you can update a post. I can edit.
Can edit,
Okay.
yeah. You can add more
Okay.
photos. Oh, that's good. Yeah, no, I just didn't get the option
Mm-hmm.
when I.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
And they're not designed, look, these aren't designed to be a huge blog
No.
post on this page, right?
Mm,
Because you go back to remembering,
yeah. It's
oops.
just you've got a square and a little bit of space.
Oh, where is my? I lose my. Yeah, I have lost my link. What is it? Oh no, maybe I can just go to the search. I can get it off here. Ta-da! There we go. Yeah. So just remember keeping this visually looking nice.
Mm.
You don't want, you know,
Yeah, too
huge
much.
amount of text, narrow 3 columns of text. You just want a tempter and a link
Mm.
to, you know, to your website.
Yeah, and yeah, with that website, don't forget to publish, because I actually had
Mm.
stuff in there, but it wasn't published.
Did it say?
So
Did it stay
Now
there?
it is, obviously, but it just sort of sat there being built,
Mhm.
but you have to actually hit the
Yeah.
button on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the bottom. And yeah, just don't forget, I've got to go and redo these images.
Oh, yeah, so that they're centered
So
and
make
yeah.
it square, but
Yeah.
keep a bit of
Yeah. They're good colours,
so
though. I like those
how
colours.
to get. So there's see
Yeah.
how much
Yeah.
is missing off them.
Exactly. No, they're good though. Then I'll still the same things. I'll just leave it there. Hmm. Awesome.
Oh, that's interesting. I actually, oh, that's just going to roll you through the site.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're trying to be fancy. It's not that fancy, but it's good. Yeah. Okay, Bruce, what are you going to do? Oh, yeah, put the number down there.
I was waiting for the
I was just
day.
going, hang on, design-wise, I don't like that. Work with what you got. So do you think you'll use the website?
Potentially, because I've got another business thing I'm looking
Mhm.
at. So, yet another one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just make sure that the
Yeah.
whole
Well, I've got to register
Google My Business
on the website
listing,
first.
just make sure, the listing
Yeah.
and the website and your email,
Yeah.
Google login, it's all for the right
Sure,
thing,
yeah.
not for your other business. Don't
Yeah,
try and
yeah.
don't try and entangle
Well,
them
that's why.
unless they are relevant.
No.
Like they could be relevant, you know.
Sort of.
Yeah.
It's all about gear.
Gear. Oh, could be a division of.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Well,
Yeah.
then you probably should keep it all
Sort
in the
of.
same. Yeah.
No.
No.
Needs to be separate.
Yeah, because you remember that, you know, a lot of this pre-populates when
Yeah.
you Google My Business listing. Yeah, cool.
I mean,
And-
the Perish shop and the Jinnabay one are kind of the same sort of theme, I suppose.
Yeah, and that's going back to the locations too, actually. That's an important thing. So you can, if you set it up as 2 different locations,
Yeah.
then you've got this. Then you'll have this dashboard here.
Yeah.
Will be for one of them, and then there'll be another whole dashboard
Yeah.
Mm.
for the other one.
Yeah.
Or you have your location. You have your you have the areas that you service,
Mm.
right? And it would all be on the one dashboard then. Okay, it can get messy. Mine got accidentally messy. I created 2 locations, one for down here, one for up in Queensland,
Yeah.
Mm.
and then the reviews were a mess because
Mm.
you know it's hard enough to get reviews, let alone get 2
Trying
reviews,
to get
2 sets of
both places,
reviews
yeah.
on 2 different listings because it
Mm.
becomes 2 different listings if you have 2 locations. So
So
that
is
would
it
work.
people one way?
there are companies like any big company like Harvey Norman and all
Sure.
those sorts of people. They've got all of these different stores, and they can be a location unto themselves and have their own culture on their own, you know, listing.
Yeah.
And they can keep them all separate, and you know, they can all individually manage their own
Yeah.
separate locations. But as an individual business owner, you're probably better off to not have 2
Yeah.
different locations because it means 2 directory listings to manage.
Yeah, because I just see that with that local, whatever it is, and where international sites are using it, and then it won't actually populate to here.
What's that
or
for? The
local, whatever, it's local.
Oh, the
where it
directory.
pins and does all of that stuff. And international sites where they're using it, it's messy.
Mm.
And it's also that differentiation with seasonal businesses that don't necessarily merge correctly.
Yeah, yeah. And it's important for you too to let people know, because everybody knows that half the businesses in town shut.
Yeah.
And then everyone's wondering who's shut and who's not shut.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
you know, gold having all of that content in your listing for people. I'm just trying to see where my...
So is that different where it's got view on maps and then view on search?
Yeah, well that's your maps.
Yeah. And it's to do with
Search.
keywords and
Yeah, that's how it's showing up on search.
SEO and stuff.
Yeah. So that's just the visual for for each one. Let's go back to the maps. So yeah, so I mean, I've just basically said, you know, it's showing up differently actually than it used to.
Yeah.
Cracker. Love their inconsistencies. And people every now and then, you're going to get a message with someone's suggested an edit. Unfortunately, that's just something you've got to deal with. It's like sometimes you're like, yeah, okay. And sometimes
Is
it's
that
like,
someone
yeah,
from
no.
Google or that's someone?
It could be anyone randomly anyone can
Like
click
a
that button and
customer.
decide that they don't think that something on your or listing is correct.
Yeah.
And they might say, hey,
Yeah.
I don't think it's that, it's this.
Yeah.
So, that's weird. I was going to go back to the location thing.
So the share your business profile,
Mm.
like your business in Queensland, is that where
Yeah, I
it
don't have.
gets, is that where it gets messy?
That's it. Yeah, no, yes, it would. It would, because I had 2 different locations, which means that 2 totally different directory
Yeah.
listings,
Yeah.
which means it's 2 sets of reviews,
Yeah.
2 sets of all of the content that you've just been filling out, 2 different Google My Business websites.
Yep.
So I pulled way back out of it.
Yep.
Let's see what turns up here. Oh. What are they showing? Oh, okay. So that's what you can share with people.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's... I don't know how often you'd want to
Yeah.
share that as opposed to your website. I don't
Sure.
think it's necessary. I
Same
think
thing, yeah.
your website's more important to share than this, unless it's really about local. This is where I am.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't have a location like
Sure.
you do, so that's why all my clients are between here and here,
Yeah.
here and here, and all between and up there, even and down there. And but you know, I focus on servicing people in this region
Sure.
between my two locations. So that's what I've done. But you'll have a pin
Yeah.
on yours, and for that reason, you could use this very handy if people are going, oh my God, where are you? You could just say here.
Yeah.
And the pin will be there, the links will be there, and they can send it to their phone. They can find you on the maps, how to get there. Yeah, they'll see the photos.
Yeah.
You know, your reviews and everything. So yeah, it could be handy for you as a local bricks
Sort
and
of,
mortar
yeah.
business. Yeah.
I mean, my other idea, I mean, it does work for Perisher and it does work for you.
Yeah, it might be brilliant
But
for Perisher. Yeah.
It's, it's just an interesting one.
Yeah, but you can, like, for me to have this whole area highlighted, I've put in Jindabyne, Boonah, Canberra, Goulburn, Tamworth, Armidale.
Yeah.
I've just put everything in there. Everywhere that I pop
Yeah.
into,
Mm.
every place that I visit and drive through, I've put in there. So you can put your two
And then does it do
locations.
like a radius type thing as well? Say if you did want to expand the draw of it, potential draw of it.
No, I do, yeah, that's more like Facebook ads and
Yeah.
doing radiuses and
Yeah.
Google ads. No, it doesn't quite do that.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite
Does a platform like If This Then That post from Instagram and Facebook to a Google page?
do it.
Automate a Google post? Or not?
Oh.
Wouldn't that be good?
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Check it out.
You know what I've just started to realise though on mine is that what works nicely. Why do I keep missing the? Oh, there it is. This is one of my Instagram posts.
Yeah.
So how nicely would they all just sit in there?
Yeah.
Or you can just pick your prime Instagram posts and just pop them in there.
Mm.
Visually, it'd be fantastic. I could do a lot better with this visually. I've just thrown in a whole bunch of stuff just to test out how the whole page is looking. But this whole page needs to, you know, be thought out properly and focus on important things and work out what looks nice next to what as
Yeah.
well, you know.
Birds
So
Nest do
that'll
a
be-
great job of their social pages. You just
Uh-huh.
flow through it and one colour just merges into the
Oh,
next and it's
wow.
just like, wow. yeah.
Bird's Nest.
Birds Nest, yeah. Check it out. It's
Ah,
pretty cool.
yeah, I'll have to have a look at that. That sounds divine. Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
So-
Awesome.
All right. Okay.
So,
Any other questions?
is that it? We're done?
That's it. We're done.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to say goodbye to everybody.
Thanks for watching.
You got two people in there. I think
See you
Michelle.
next
We're doing it
week.
again next week, and we're going to go into lots of optimisations as well for your local SEO. So if you're a bricks and mortar business, it's a must do, and you'll get this guide as well. So you'll have everything
Yay.
on the PDF, but we'll just go.
And it's
through it
after
all.
work again, isn't it? Like 5:30? After work, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Straight after work.
Just to remember for a
Awesome.
minute.
Sure. Cool. All right.
That's-
Cheers.
yep.
See you then.
See
Go
you
on to
then.
Eventbrite. What is it? It's www.jindabyne.eventbrite.com and all of the Chambers events come up. So
Ah, right,
jindabyne.eventbrite.com. Yeah.
Excellent.
Cheers.
Cheers.